And welcome back to the Tokyo Fresh Podcast. My name is David, and I'm here with Jordan.
What's up?
My fingers smell so good of smoked pistachios.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It's like a campfire in my hand.
I brought some amazing treats to the house. We'll get into that in a moment. Like these were, the man really did convince me to buy these delicious treats. It took no convincing at all, but I said, we'll get there. Dude.
We just approach and be like,
He's like, nuts.
nuts?
Nuts?
Nuts? Oh, jeez, I love nuts.
It's like, how did you know? My favorite. I love these. No, it's good. It's been an
Haven't
interesting.
had these since last night.
Interesting. Yeah, gross. But how was your week? Chill week? Busy week?
It was
Yeah,
okay.
man.
I mean, we lost Monday to holiday, so that was good.
I
Short
love
week is all right.
I love when I lose a day to the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. I love when it's Monday. It's like, oh, it's a national holiday. Woe is me. What's man to do? Fucking fantastic. Yeah, it was good. Nice little short week. I think for anyone who works in like the media world, especially working with like governments and stuff, you know that from January to March, it's always like
Insane.
Oh my
It's always
god.
slammed.
Because everyone's like has like different places still have budget left over.
Right.
And they've just completely forgot to spend their budget.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who's worked in these areas know if you don't spend the budget, you don't get the budget next year.
Yes.
Like you can't just write off this budget. It has to be spent. So you got to spend every penny. So what happens is that people are really, I don't say conservative with the budgets throughout the year.
Right.
So they'll be like, oh my God, we don't know what to do here. But it's actually kind of bad at the same time. I'll get into that. So they're very conservative with the budget throughout the year. And then when it gets like the last 3 months, they go, oh my God, we have 50 billion yen we didn't spend.
Right, because you have to spend it, otherwise the company's just going to be like, oh, well, you didn't spend it, so we're going to take it away.
No, exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's the same. It's the same with governments. So if you're living in like the UK or America or something, exact same thing. It'll be like there was a certain time of year in the UK. I forget when it is. It's the overlap of like the financial year when suddenly every street has like streetworks on it, and you're like, why is
like they're like, we found extra money just around?
No, exactly. Yeah, they're like, oh shit, if we don't use this 72 million pounds we have lying around, I can't embezzle all this money. I can't embezzle that. I can't embezzle all this so much. So they're like, oh, we have to start doing like street jobs and shit and like filling in potholes and whatever.
Right.
And then like the Japanese government does the same thing, like different local areas where they go, shit, we still have, I don't know, a couple million yen left over, and we have to spend this. No, it's crazy.
It's 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, oh, we have to spend this yen. So they'll just start like doing projects out of nowhere. So we're like, oh, hey, do you guys want to come here and do like a thing? And it's a legit project. It's just sometimes it just should have been done earlier in the year.
Right.
So this week I met up with a very talented photographer called Benjamin. I forgot his Instagram. Sorry, dude. I'll find it. He very talented. Benjamin. I'm gonna find his Instagram because it's very cool. He's a big photographer, slight videographer. He does like really cool projects in and around Tokyo. Let me find it because if I don't, he's gonna be like, bro, I listened to your podcast and you just completely forgot who I am. He's Benjamin Beach, Beech on Instagram. Very cool Instagram, lots of photography things. And I met him this week, and he was telling me that he had to. I think I shared the story. He was telling me that they wanted to do this unknown prefecture. I'm not gonna say what it is. Want to do like a summer project, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They were like, we want summer vibes. Summer project, come to X prefecture in the summer. It's gonna be lit. We're waiting for you, okay? And they go, it's January. Can you do the summer video shoot? And he goes, but it's January. And they go, yeah. We have money.
Do I need to pull up the fuck you, it's January soundbite?
Fuck you, it's January.
Have you ever seen the fuck you, it's January soundbite?
Put it up. Fuck you, it's January. Fuck
you.
It's January.
This should be. Yeah, here it is.
Go back.
Oh, this is 7 minutes long. No, just the soundbite. Here we go.
Oh, from. Yeah, I know this. Yeah. It's fucking classic.
The old. There's 1 month you could use. Fuck you, it's January, but you know. Yeah.
Fuck you. Let's get that on the soundboard.
We'll get that on the soundboard.
That's a fucking fun
fuck
one.
You, it's January.
No, but legit, they're like, let's get it done. And he's like, okay, cool. So he does the shoot, and they're like, it's a bit grey. doesn't look like summer at all. And he's like, yeah, it's because
fuck you,
it's January. Like, legit. So then, like, he goes, here's what we'll do. Next year, okay, why don't we do it in summer? They're like, no, we have to spend the budget now. So he's like, okay, well, it's this, or I guess we changed the theme. So they did that. So he's like, next year, call me up in summer, okay? And if you call me up in summer, we can get this summer thing done. And do you know why they called him up? January. Fucking again. He's like, why do you keep doing this? And because they spend the year
why
not wanting to, because they don't know how much the budget is going to stretch. So they're too cautious with the budget. Then it gets to January and they're like, oh no, we have all of the budget left over.
Right.
So potentially between the next few weeks, I'm going to be very busy. Next week, Kyoto.
Oh, you are going next week?
Yes. Week after that, Nagasaki.
Wow, you're going all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah. It'll be fun though. Should be good. Should be a fun bunch of company videos coming out of that. So
what are we gonna do for next week then?
Oh, we're good. Thursday and Friday.
Oh, okay.
No worries.
You're here. Okay.
No worries at all. Just a quick Thursday and Friday. Same thing week after. Quick weekday trips. No, nothing too crazy.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking of maybe extending Nagasaki into the weekend, but I've not really thought about that. So I'm just
that's fair.
It's whatever. How about you, dude? How's your week? How's your following weeks looking? How you been, my man?
It's been okay.
Been okay?
I don't know. Like, just do it. Just do what you got to do.
Just came through the week.
Just do it.
Do you have any update on your work stuff? Is the work stuff going any better, or is it still stressing out? Stressing?
We don't know where we're at.
Really? Is that bad?
I think we're going to move forward with labor board stuff, but it's a matter of when we want to do it, I guess. I don't know.
I do know that going with these things is very stressful. It's always like a lot of work to like have to hammer through these things. So, take your time. There's no stress. When you have a bigger tips, let me know. We'll update the listener at home as well. When David knows what he's gonna do, basically. David, I see you're pulling up drama.
Yeah. Hang on.
Do you want to discuss the most insane thing that happened this week?
Is it insane? I don't know if it's insane.
Stupid?
Stupid might be more accurate.
Do you want to discuss the stupidest thing to happen this week?
Yeah, sure. Let's discuss it. I don't know how big this is actually going to be on the screen, but we'll discuss it.
This week.
So
go on.
We'll swap over here. Hang on. Boop.
Nice.
Okay,
that's cool.
So, Gwen Stefani, stupid, dumb, hot takes, dumb.
Brave takes only on this podcast.
Yes, yeah.
Only brave takes.
What else? What else do you want me to say?
I mean, think on the other end of the spectrum. Is Gwen Stefani not brave for finally coming out as Japanese?
I mean, there are so many ways you could take this, and none of them are gonna make you look good.
No, I think I saw the original. For those who don't know, Gwen Stefani in the recent interview came out and basically said, what was her exact quote? "I'm Japanese," or was it something on the lines of, "I feel like I'm Japanese"?
Okay, so let me just read here. So the interviewer said that she included a question about what she felt she may have learned from Harajuku lovers. So if you don't know anything about Gwen Stefani, and if you don't, continue.
Welcome to the club.
Continue.
Me too.
Concerning its praise and backlash and all this other stuff, she responded by telling me a story she shared with the press before about her father's job at Yamaha. So Yamaha sells everything from keyboards to fucking
motorcycles and shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, which had them, traveling between her home in California and Japan for 18 years. And her direct quote from Stefani is, "That was my Japanese influence, and that was a culture that was so rich with tradition, yet so futuristic, so much attention to art and detail and discipline, and it was fascinating to me," she said, explaining how her father, who's an Italian-American, would return with stories of street performers cosplaying as Elvis and stylish women with colorful hair. Sure, yeah, I mean, that might have happened at the time. I mean, that's like over 30 years ago, right?
I'm just going to say
then as an adult, she was able to travel between Harajuku to see them herself. I said, "My God, I'm Japanese and I didn't know it." As those words seemed to hang in the air between us, she continued, "I am, She then explained that there is innocence to her relationship with Japanese culture, referring to herself as a superfan. Okay.
Gross.
Let's unpack this a little bit here. You cannot say, I'm Japanese, and then immediately pivot to, well, actually, I'm a super fan. Like, what does that mean? Like, like,
the interesting thing about her coming out and saying like, I'm Japanese, because the way she brings it up, she goes, I went to Japan a bunch of times.
Yes.
And it was really fun. I saw some cool stuff. I guess I'm Japanese.
Yeah, basically that's exactly what it sounds like.
If this was anyone else, like if this wasn't Gwen Stefani, whoever the fuck that is, if this was anyone else, just a guy in your English teaching company, and he goes, "Oh my god, hey Steve, have you been to this place called Harajuku?" And you're like, "Yeah,
yes, many times. It's literally a part of Tokyo.
It's
there's nothing amazing about it.
It's that place the kids go, right?
Yeah.
You're like, cool. Well, I went recently. You know, hot dogs, colorful sandwiches, high school thrift shops. I guess I'm Japanese.
Should be Japanese now.
And I would stand there and go, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You're Japanese because you went to Harajuku and you saw some thrift shops? Explain this to me. Because I don't understand her mental jump between Harajuku was cool
and now I'm Japanese.
Like, I don't get it.
There's a logical disconnect there that doesn't make much sense. Totally. And maybe that should be the whole topic of this episode is like, is it ever okay to be like, I'm Japanese?
No.
You're going to say no?
Wait, let me not jump to that.
I'm going to probably say yes as well. Like, I mean, no, there isn't an appropriate time, as in, yes, you shouldn't say that.
Unless you are Japanese.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. If you are Japanese, then yes.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah.
The woman who said...
was like native or whatever?
Yeah, no, black.
Black, that's what it was. There's another lady who claims she was native as well.
There's always someone. So...
There's always
one of them. Like, her parents are like the whitest people ever, and she was like getting tans and like crimping her hair and coming out and pretending she was like black. And then I think when I first heard this story, I was like, yo, this bitch is crazy. How dare she basically do blackface and be like, hey guys, guess I'm black. Oh. And when I heard the Gwen Stefani story, I thought of this straight away, and I was like, oh, is Gwen Stefani mirroring this woman in a sense of she's also like working hard to sort of push towards equal rights for blah blah blah, because that's what this woman did. Whatever her name is, I forgot her name completely. I literally just saw it. Rachel Delusa. Rachel. She was working for like the NAACP. She was like on the board working for like civil rights and such. So it gives you like a weird. You're like, okay, it's kind of fucked up that she's like, hey, I'm basically black. But then I'm like, but you were working for the NAACP. Like, you were like legitly fighting for black causes. Like, you weren't just like, so I had this really spicy sandwich one time. It had like jerk seasoning in it. I guess I'm black. Like, cause that's, you know what I mean? She was actually like sort of striving for those causes. Then looking at Gwen Stefani, I'm like, okay, cool. You're saying you're Japanese. Okay. What have you done?
Yeah.
What have you done?
I mean, even then, it's like, it's such a weird thing because I think there is this weird like duality problem too, where even people who are like half Japanese are like, you're not even Japanese. Like it's very weird. Like if you're like Japanese white, Japanese black, right? They're like, you have people on the one side being like, oh, well, you're not Japanese enough, or you don't know, right? Like, you know, like if you're half black and half Japanese, or half white and half Japanese, typically, I'd imagine you don't look like 100% Asian, or like you don't look 100% Japanese. So people will pick you out and be like, you must be a foreigner.
And this is the thing that's not, I think a lot of those people who grew up in Japan, they're like half Japanese, half like another race. They get called like foreigners,
right?
Like even from like a elementary school, junior high school thing, people be calling them foreigners. Like students in the same class with them, who know their name, know who they are. Like some of them don't speak English. Like they only speak Japanese.
They are only Japanese.
They only have like a kind of sort of foreign outward facing appearance. Yet these people will be like, oh, you're foreign, because you kind of look a little bit foreign, you know? And I think Gwen Stefani jumping and going like, oh, actually guys, listen, I've been to Harajuku twice. I ate 3 of those shit Korean dogs. I'm Japanese. Like, you
maybe a little bit Korean.
Yeah, maybe a little bit Korean as well. But I'm also very much Japanese. Like,
Right.
It's a massive sort of slap in the face to those who've actually live in Japan. Are Japanese, had to go through these struggles, like, because it is an identity struggle of having like two separate cultures inside of you in Japan, a country that's mostly like Japanese people, and trying to like just live here every day, and then hearing like this stupid American girl woman going like, I guess I'm Japanese. What a fucking punch in the face.
As like, this is the thing, right? Like, I don't get why you would make that statement.
Yeah.
Because like there is no benefit to you anyway. And like you look at like her previous stuff with like Harajuku girls and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, this is really like now. Back then it might have been viewed as like, oh, this is like kitschy or cute or like, you know, in the know in like a fashion or like pop culture sense. But now it just looks like really fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
And like really racist.
Yep.
Cause like you have the fucking you have the whitest girl you know, Gwen. Like, man, hang on, let me just flip this right back up to the top here. Dude, look at this lady.
It's the whitest girl you know.
She is so white.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I look black compared to this bitch.
Listen, he does.
Fuck,
he does.
Like, she's so white.
And he's Canadian. That's insane.
Fuck. Like,
fuck me.
But it's like her, and then she just has all these Asian backup dancers and shit like that. And it's just like, this is really like the optics on this now.
It's not good.
Really, really bad.
It's about like 3 days ago. She actually, wow, okay, yeah. I just saw a picture that just came up, and it's literally, it's Gwen Stefani in like a weird Alice in Wonderland style burlesque dress. Only to explain it, and then she's surrounded by like four Asian women dressed
like they're going to play for the Chicago Bulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the exact photo. It's so fucking weird. Like, it's very strange. But then looking through like articles before I came here, looking at like weird stuff Gwen Stefani said, 3 days ago she was like defending her weird Harajuku girls.
Oh, she doubled down on it, right?
She doubled down hard. Like, I would get it if she was like, hey man, it's the 90s, different time, like cultural appropriation. We barely had the internet. Everyone goes, fair enough. Fair enough. She doubled down. She was like, no, it was the greatest thing I've ever done. It's amazing. Wow, look how good this is. It was great. Like, she doubled down and then was like, and also I'm Japanese. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand why you would make these statements.
Not even that. It's just like, why would you put yourself in that position?
It's an awful position. Just say nothing. Just
yeah, saying like you fucked up and then just say nothing about it ever again.
Just be like, yeah, it was a different time, and then just because I have honestly, I've not thought about Gwen Stefani
probably since that time, right?
Literally, since she did the thing about bananas being legitly BNANAS. That was crazy, dude. But apart from that, I've not thought about this woman. So when she reappeared on the Twitter timeline, I was like, who is this bitch? What does she do again? What is she?
Yeah, the headline of like Gwen Stefani says she's Japanese. I'm like, oh no, lady, what are you doing?
Bro, I was like, lady, what are you doing? But also, who is this girl? And is she? Because I don't know. I don't remember who she exactly is.
Her name is Gwen Stefani. Like, come on.
Good point.
You can't get more like that's. If her name was like fucking Maria Pepperoni, like you couldn't get more Italian than that, right?
Maria Pepperoni. But I'm Japanese.
Mamma
mia. Cycling back to your question.
Hey, is Mario Japanese?
Oh, no.
Canonically, he's not.
I think even what's his face? The guy who made Mario said he's like an Italian plumber.
He's an Italian plumber, yeah.
Bro, come on. If even Mario can't be Japanese,
is that cultural appropriation
of Italians? Oh,
sure.
100%.
I don't know.
100%.
I don't know.
100%. Mario's getting arrested on the internet. Only on the internet.
Yeah.
Where
cancel Mario. He's been stealing from Italians for far too
long. So this is what we have to talk about today. Yes. Cancel Mario and Bowser. I don't know what he's done, but I know it's bad. Kidnapping women.
He's
always doing something bad. Fucking Bowser.
But yeah, it's a weird situation too, because the people who are half, it's just like, I don't know. She's a trailblazer for all the weebs. Give her some respect.
You're right.
I don't think there are weebs who like Gwen Stefani all that much.
Until today. Now, 100% Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, indeed. 100%. I think, cycling back to people who, is it ever okay to say, like, I think I'm Japanese now? I was looking, there were some people on Twitter commenting about the whole Gwen Stefani scenario, and I think one person said, like, they are like a naturalized, they have like PR, like a naturalized citizen or something like that. Which I think that's like, they've gotten rid of their whatever passport they used to have, and now they only have a Japanese passport, and they've got a Japanese name now. Their name is Takahashi Takamura. I don't know, whatever their name is.
Sure, yeah.
But they're like, yeah, I still just go by like John.
So like, it's just Jim on the weekends.
Yeah, they're like, oh, my actual documents, I'm like, I sign it as like Takahashi.
Mr. Takahashi.
Yeah, Mr. Takahashi Takamura, because it's easier. But then like, every day when I'm meeting the boys, or I'm like hanging out with like the parents, like even the wife, just saying, "Hey John, what's up, bro?"
It's a very weird situation, right? Because I come from a place, and I think you do too, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I probably do.
Where like you can just emigrate to that place, and suddenly you're just like, oh, well, not suddenly, it takes some time, but you can just be like, I'm Canadian, right? Yep. Whereas Japan is very, very hard to become a Japanese citizen, but like even then, it's very strange to be like. I wouldn't take umbrage with someone being like, oh, I'm a Canadian, really, if they've gone and like got citizenship and all that other stuff. Yeah. But like in Japan, it's really, really hard. And even if you do get citizenship and you switch your passport over and like you are legally by the law recognized by the country as a Japanese person,
citizen,
you are still not Japanese.
No, not ethnically anyway. I think that's the thing. I think it's
a difference between citizenship and ethnicity.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when a lot of people who have like PR, they have like the naturalized citizen thing. What they do is they go, I'm a Japanese citizen. And they go, I'm a Japanese citizen. I've burnt my American passport. I can no longer go back there. I have a Japanese passport, Japanese name. I'm a Japanese citizen of the nation of Japan. And you go, cool.
But that's not what she's saying.
No,
right?
Because
here's the thing. Like, I don't know if she was saying it like mentally or like values wise is what she actually meant, but she didn't say that though.
I think there'd be more to that though, because I think if my values aligned with like Japanese values, my sentence would be, I went to Harajuku and I saw cutie shit and I was like, wow, my values really aligned to this place.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
I took a lot of inspiration from it. That's all you had to say.
As I was saying, took a lot of inspiration from Harajuku. I loved all the fluffy things. I'm definitely, I see my values linked with this place. Like, it's weird to be like, it's even if you're like, once again, you jump for the hoops, you become like a natural citizen. You'd be like, I'm a Japanese citizen. No one would just be like, I'm Japanese. Like it's very cringy.
And there's not that many of those people anyway.
No, it's like 20.
It's like fucking hard to get.
It's hard to get, and when it comes down to it, it's not really worth it.
I mean, Japan has a really strong passport.
So does the UK. Oh, maybe Brexit. Hold on, I have to look that up.
Just wait, hang on.
Hang on a minute, guys. I'm gonna have to look that up.
We're gonna have to implement a correction section at the end of this podcast, or people email in corrections. Be like, listen, Jordan, you're fucking stupid. Here's how it is.
Listen, this is why the UK sucks. Baby, I know. I was there. All right, chill the fuck
flip
out.
That book over.
Yo,
my name's on the cover.
I wrote that shit. Look at that photo. That's just me in a mustache. I wrote that book. I'm. This is my shadow character. I use him to write about the UK, bro. Like, calm down. Like, that's what it is. It's very much a case of you. So I'm thinking about people who I've heard in the past say they're Japanese, and it's killing me. Like, people do this,
right?
So I have heard of many people starting conversations with like, I feel like I'm Japanese, or they'll say things like, I'm gonna give myself a Japanese name. I'm gonna become a naturalized Japanese citizen. Right. But these people aren't like mad famous people. They're just like you're one of them everyday weeps, you know?
Right.
They're just doing everyday weep shit. And they're easy to ignore because they're not affecting like the larger conversation. If fucking Whitey McWidenson from your, I don't know, Happy Gilmore English school comes in every week on the meetings with his fucking I love hentai shirt and he's like, well guys, I want you to call me Sasuke. That's my name. And he's very fucked up. Like, it's like everyone's gonna go, I fucking
it's Mr. Uchiha to you.
I missed kids, I told you to call me Mr. Uchiha. I mean, like, you'd be like, I can't. Whatever you, fucking weirdo. Right. whatever you want. Fucking strange. All right, cool. You can ignore him. You can be like, all right, this is the reason they put you in the weirdy knucker school. Fuck off back up the mountain, you strange individual. But like, you're not gonna care. But when someone of like that platform makes like fucking stupid statements like that, I feel like in a sense you are setting back the progress of like people in Japan who are generally struggling with that identity crisis. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's on par with like what Genki says. It's like, oh, I studied abroad for a summer course in Seattle, and I became snobby about coffee. It's like, or I ate a fucking baguette, and it's like now I'm just 100% French, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, what does that even mean?
What does it
right?
even mean, my boy? Like, the fuck? Chill.
Yeah, it doesn't make like if you want to say like, oh, I'm inspired by some place, or like this is where I got my inspiration from. Fine. There's gonna be people who are out there, regardless of what you say, who will just want to cancel your ass for fucking anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Like that is 100% true. Like if I said like, oh yeah, I made this picture, it's inspired by, I don't know, fucking like Hokusai or some shit. People would be out there be like, motherfucker, you culture vulture, you're stealing shit. It's like, bruh.
How dare you? Yeah.
Like one, do you not know how art works? People steal art all the motherfucking time.
Have you not heard of AI? What is going on here, guys? Come on.
I mean, not even like even before that.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Fucking like it's stealing in the art community as being inspired has been going on for fucking ever. And if you think it's just white people, do some art history.
Look at what do you call it? Look at the music industry as well. The music industry, bro. You want to see some blatant theft of culture? I present to you the entirety of the Korean hip hop and, to some extent, pop industry. That entire industry is stolen from like African American culture in the US. Like 1-for-1 copy sometimes. So some people are like,
they just weren't putting them in boy bands,
bro. That's it. Now that's literally it. They've gone. We like this hip hop thing in America that America's doing. Great vibes. I'm loving the energy. Let's take that. Put some Koreans in there, and instead of one guy, let's 7, and they all look similar.
Like it's that kind of thing is like they looked at like Backstreet Boys and like white boy bands.
Yes.
Like, but what if they were Korean and then sang black songs?
Yes. What if they were Korean and cool? Let's make this happen. Let's see how this goes. Apparently, fucking works.
Pretty successful.
Pretty fucking successful.
Wish I would have thought of it.
Wish I would have fucking thought of that. That's a genius idea.
I mean, maybe that's where Gwen Stefani's coming from, right? She's like, oh, I just stole the Asian people, put them in black clothes, and then started singing songs.
Listen, no, you can't do that. I was thinking of a meme defense for her, and I was like, nah, man, nah, man, you can't do.
Nah, you can't.
Can't be doing all that. Gwen.
I mean, it comes down to the fact like Gwen Stefani is just like the whitest person you know, and to claim being like I'm Japanese is just like the weirdest fucking sentence to come out of your mouth. Like, why would you do that?
My favorite take from the entire thing, I forgot to say this, it was on Twitter somewhere, and I think this is like the final take from like the whole Gwen Stefani nonsense. And it's,
we'll move on because
it's a thing.
I'm tired of talking about it.
Same
already.
And the last take I saw, someone went, "Oh, Gwen Stefani said she was Japanese." It's a little quote to you, and it just says, "Bro, I couldn't give a shit what Gwen Stefani says." And I was like,
we need to start adopting that policy more 100%. And more often. Not just Gwen Stefani, just like
blank. I don't care.
Everything. Yeah.
I was looking at, speaking of like Gwen Stefani and like randos who people have platforms. Like I was looking at certain people with like large platforms. Like I forgot this guy's name. Oh my god, a Twitch streamer, fucking absolute idiot. I forgot his name. Not Mystique. It's
Miskiff.
I forgot his name. He has a big child audience, and he was like enamored with that guy Andrew Tate. I forgot his name. Shaved his head recently.
Logan Paul?
No.
You're talking about fuck, what's his name?
Exactly.
I was gonna say Adrian Brody.
Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross, exactly.
Not Adrian Brody.
No, like
Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
completely different guy.
People like Aiden Ross and like those like sort of strange people who somehow enter a platform like going online and saying like really fucking ridiculous things. I see that and I go, this is stupid. And as a man who's never watched his content and clearly never will because of what this guy is clearly supporting, I'm like, why have we platformed this person? And also, why does anyone ever care anymore? So I think that there's got to, after a certain amount of time, you got to go, okay, I'm just going to.
You have to wonder sometimes, right? Like, why do people give a shit?
The guy is proven to be stupid, and he will say something, and it'll be on some kind of like news site, like, wow, Aiden Ross said something, then shaved his hair. And I'm like, bro, is it a slow news day? Is no one dying of famine? It has
to be. Like, bro, I mean, drama places have like made their own fucking living hell by being trying to be the first and like put everything. So like when you have a slow news day, you're like, oh god, like what am I gonna do?
It's the whole thing, like the whole 24-hour news cycle nonsense. We got to be putting something out all the time. We got to talk about something all the time.
I think that's the biggest problem. Same thing with Gwen Stefani. Same thing with everything. Is people are way too fucking chronically online.
Yeah,
and sometimes you just need like it. This is very weird coming from me. But sometimes you just need to unfucking plug, man.
You do. I do.
Just turn it off.
Turn it off. You do.
Bye-bye.
Go and watch all my YouTube videos. But then when you're done doing that, turn it off. Fucking chill.
It's only about 15 minutes.
It's like 15 minutes, bro. They're short videos. But they chill. Like, relax, honestly. Right. That you need to do. Go outside, touch grass, go for a run, stop being a dickhead. It's easy. Easy as fuck, honestly.
Not even touch grass. Just go outside. You don't even need to touch grass.
Open your window. Look at the grass from the inside the house. As I do.
You do that.
Same,
at least.
Does the same thing, honestly. It's true. Moving on.
Speaking of grass.
Bro, speaking of fucking grass.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can buy grass there, but
I did something cool this week. So we're talking about David's hand smelling of smoke and nuts and such. Hilarious. Because I I went to a very interesting like farmers market this week it's in Tokyo. So I was walking around Tokyo yesterday. I woke up very early to grab some weird donut style snack adventures. Very good stuff, very fun. And I spent the rest of the day just wandering Tokyo, you know, seeing what was around there. And I completely forgot how good like farmers markets and those like weird pop-up markets are in Tokyo. So I forgot exactly what it was. It was between Shinjuku and Omotesando. Yeah. There's a very cool little like massive like pop-up thing farmers market. And now one of the things I really wanted and have been looking for a long time is a butternut squash, because you cannot find those in Japan anywhere.
Really? I think you could.
I mean, you can, but you barely can. That's the thing.
Yeah, sure.
They're hard to find. When you find them, they're fucking expensive. Like there'll be tiny little butternut, like tiny little insignificant butternut squashes, and it'll be like, oh, this is gonna cost you $5 for a tiny little fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I was walking around. We found this farmer's market. Let me tell you, David, this place was fucking amazing. I found a giant, bigger than my fucking arm, butternut squash for like 500 yen. Spectacular. Amazing. So I'm walking around this market and I'm like talking to the people there, I'm like hanging out, and like everyone there, their vibes, just fantastic. But there's one guy, the vibiest, the greatest, possibly the Riz King.
the vibiest.
The vibiest vibes, bro. He was good. And I come on, the guy's like, bro, he looks at me, dead in the eye, and he goes, bro, do you like nuts? And I go, sir.
That's a loaded question.
I'm like, sir, he literally just loaded. Sir, it's 2 p.m. You need to calm down. What's going on here? He's like, I've got this whole thing of smoked nuts. And I'm like, oh my God. I got
Not until after the first date.
Huh? No, not after the first date. Come on, guy. Okay. Slow it down, man. I'm a good Christian boy. Whip up the Bible. Slow down, boys. We'll be okay. So he's like, bro, I got all these like smoked nuts and I'm smoking all this stuff and there's like smoked cheeses. And the thing that I fucking love about farmers markets, David, is they will just ply you with food. You don't even gotta buy anything. You don't even go feel pressure. They'll just ply you with food. The guy was like, hey, I've got like 50 different like smoked nuts and cheeses and bags of stuff here. I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want to try all of them? I'm like,
were you just giving a sample of all
bro,
of them?
He was like, here you go. This is like a trail mix, but it's smoked and there's cheese. I'm like, oh, I'll try some of that. Thanks. I'm like, this is really fucking good. And he goes, all right, these are macadamia nuts. They're smoked. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, these are really good. He's like, all right, these are pistachios. Give these a smell. I'm like, these smell great. He's like, all right, now eat that one. I'm like, these are fantastic. These are really good. And he's like, all right. Next menu, we have the same pistachio nuts, different smoking technique, but this one is from Spain. And I'm like, how many? Bro, I'm getting kind of full. I'm like, bro, can you calm down? What the fuck, David? I was there for like 10 minutes of this guy just going like, all right, now try this. You know that scene in The Grinch where like he's being like thrown around in that big fucking sleigh thing, people like shoving food in his mouth and shit. The Jim Carrey one. I felt like that. He's like, now try this. Now try this. Now try. But I'm just like, these were fucking delicious. Like, I'm having a fucking good time. In the end, I did buy some pistachios, but like, they're good, right?
It smells like a campfire.
It's so
nice.
Good, honestly.
It's so nice.
And then I realized that after like swinging around that farmer's market, I did a little research on the way back, looking at other farmer's markets that are coming up like in the next month or two. I was like, bro, I've been sleeping on these markets. Like,
where are they? Are they just like
scattered? Because some of them come up randomly. It would be like, and this is the problem. It will be like, on every fourth Saturday of every second or third month, there will be a farmer's market, maybe. And you're like, so is it happening today? Yeah. What time? Yes.
It's whenever we show up.
Literally.
That felt like the fucking Peach Man at my old house. Did I ever tell you about the Peach Man?
No. What the fuck?
Okay, so like my old station was like one station away from Kamatha, like a main station.
Yeah.
And it seemed like random. Like you said, I was listening to an old episode and you were talking about this guy who used to sell I forget what it was melons. In the state, melons.
The melon guy. Oh,
it's the same thing. This dude just sold like huge, like bigger than your fist sized peaches.
Fuck yeah.
And he would just show up with this fucking like what are they called? A K car, or a K truck.
Yes,
and just the back is just full of peaches in boxes, and he would just be there randomly. And you're like,
alright.
And he'd park like right outside the fucking station.
Right there. Yes.
And be like, yep, time to sell.
Hey, listen, guys, this is very important. If you live in Japan and you happen to find like one of those farmers markets, definitely go. There's shit in that market you cannot find anywhere else in Japan, bro. There were all these like vegetable stands, crazy vegetable stands, and I was like just talking to people. What are those things called? I got a kumquat, little oranges. Love those things. They're great. You can kumquat things, okay. You can get like a nice bit of like nice like thick piece of bread, okay. You cut up the kumquats really thin, okay? You take the bread, a little butter on it, you toast it just a little bit. You take it just to melt the butter. You take it out, put the kumquats on the bread, put a little honey on that, put it back in the toaster. Let that toast when that comes out, that is delicious. That is.
Wouldn't it just be easier to make marmalade?
No, fuck that. This is fancier. It looks cooler.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm trying to make like cool shit. This is like you want to impress a guest coming around.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? But the problem is like, you want to buy some of those fucking kumquats normally in like a market or supermarket, whatever. So
they're fucking expensive.
Bro, 2 fucking kumquats in a plastic case sealed up in tape. It's like 500 fucking yen. What the fuck?
Probably 300 of that is to generate the plastic that they used to hold them in. I was talking to my students about this actually the other week, and I'm like, because they're having to do like an entrepreneurship unit, and they're asking me, they're like, Mr. D, like, what? I told them they had to solve a problem that's only native to Japan. Oh, and you have to make a new thing that is there. And they're like, Mr. D, you're foreign, so like you've come in and you would recognize the problems that we think is normal because we live here.
We do.
And I was like, why do you guys wrap plastic around everything?
Everything.
I'm like, why do when I buy a box of Oreos, when I open the Oreo box, the Oreos themselves are in another box, and then when I open that box up, they're also individually wrapped.
What are you doing?
Are you afraid of like SARS, like Omega AIDS? Like what are you afraid of? Like,
what are you afraid of, Ian? Like what are you afraid of? Like it's silly. Honestly, did you see the thing I posted last week of like the one
lime in a thing that's like the lime is like this big. And it's in a box that's like this.
It was fucking
completely wrapped in plastic, and it's like, why,
bro?
Why?
Do you know the worst thing was? It wasn't even a lime. It was a sudachi. So it was even tinier.
Smaller than that.
It was a tiny little fucking sudachi in a giant thing of plastic. And the worst thing is, there were just rows and rows of them.
Yeah.
Just standing up, and I'm like, this one, the fruit is wrapped in its own skin, protecting it. Like you don't need to. You don't need to put this.
I asked my kids, I'm like, have you ever seen bananas wrapped in plastic? They're like, yeah. And I'm just like,
why?
You pull off the wrapper of the banana.
It comes with a natural wrapper. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
The worst one I saw, and I swear to God, I almost left the store. Some fucking genius. I assume it was a higher up in this fucking supermarket. Some fucking genius was like, these oranges are kind of dangerous out there, just left on their own, skin out there in the harsh elements. Who knows what's happened to these oranges in the 3 minutes they've gone from the back of the stockroom to the front of the shelf? Who knows, guys? What the fuck?
Could have been anything.
Listen, boys, gonna need you to wrap every single individual orange in cling film.
Wait, every single one?
Individual orange was wrapped in cling film to the extent where there was a giant fucking drum of oranges, like 300 oranges. Some cunt had to wrap.
And Japan wonders why they have such, like... And these motherfuckers have the goddamn audacity to charge me 3 yen for a plastic bag.
3 yen for a plastic bag.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Japan. So the worst thing about those oranges, you can't even buy them because, like, you don't know which is good.
Because you can't see it. Because it's like someone's wrapped it. It looks like fucking Spider-Man got to them and they're just completely wrapped in white shit.
So, like,
oh no, Spider-Man's had his way with these oranges again.
No, Spider-Man's... It's Nega Spider-Man. He's coming into the store and jizzing all these oranges. What we gonna do?
Japanese Jonah Jameson is just in the fucking store.
Spider-Man! Spider-Man!
Sorry, it should be Spider-Man.
What is it?
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man no shashin Don't take me. Oh my god. Fuck me, dude. The worst thing about that store was that they were like just unwrapped. Like, so obviously there were certain bags of oranges that had come from just like the grow or whatever, and they came in like the big sort of like mesh plastic bag thing.
Yeah.
Those were selling like hotcakes. People were like, "Oh fuck, oranges! I'll grab some of those." But the individual wrapped cling film oranges, people were like,
"Why would I buy this?
It's sus. You're clearly hiding something from me. Because why would you double wrap these?"
Yeah, that seems weird.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's like if I was getting down ready for... It's like if I was a girl getting down ready for some passionate hugging, you know? And a guy comes in, 2 condoms wrapped up. I'm like, you're hiding something. Why are there 2? Nah, get out. That's suspicioso. 1 condom, let's go. 2, I get out.
What if they're like those 0.01 ones?
Now it's 0.002. What have you done?
Yeah, that's 0.01 of a centimeter.
Bro, listen, you're fucking up the math. Okamo scientifically designed these to be the most painful condoms in the world.
You're better than a scientist? You think you know more than scientists?
Who the fuck are you? Do you know more than the condom scientists?
Show me your PhD.
I thought you were going to say, show me your penis. Whip it out right now. What's that girth? Put it in that hole in the wall.
No, that's what PhD stands for. Pretty heavy dick.
It's pretty... Got a scale right here. Put it on right now. 0.2 grams. Get out. It's not enough grams.
No, the PhD is the penis heft device.
It's the penis heft device. Welcome to Children Joke Hour. I'll be your host. Fuck me. I digress. Japanese farmers markets are great. The one thing I really liked about it is that what you see in supermarkets a lot was like the over sort of use of plastic. You don't get that at all in farmers markets because the guys have just gone, what have we grown too much of? Oh, these things? Jack, throw these in a fucking U-Haul. We gotta ship these to Tokyo for a market or whatever.
Is he like the diversity hired Jack?
He is.
Works on the Japanese farm.
He does. He has no idea what's going on. He lives on vibes and body language. But the man is strong as fuck and does a good job. So we keep Jack on every season. He's a good man. Like, Jack, put those in the U-Haul. ¿Por qué? He's Spanish, by the way.
Okay.
You thought it was English? You fucking racist. Good man. See? Diversity.
People already assumed he was white because his name was Jack.
That's a cancelable. That's a cancelable offense on Twitter.
Have you learned nothing from Gwen Stefani?
Have you learned nothing from Gwen Stefani? Guys, come on. Really, open up their minds.
I'm disappointed in you.
There was actually a very nice, I think it was like a French couple,
and
they were selling wine.
It was that or baguettes.
It was fucking fantastic.
Or cheese.
Bro, if they were selling cheese or baguettes, I would have snatched all of them up because you know they're going to be good. But they were just selling like different wines and stuff. It was really fucking cool. Like,
That's neat. Like the stuff they grew and fermented them.
I think so. Yeah.
They must have had to get a license for that because you need you need some kind of like ridiculous license to be able to actually. That's a hard sentence.
It is indeed.
To make alcohol, right?
You do.
Because umeshu is something like you buy the alcohol, it's already made, and then you just flavor it.
Yeah.
But like actually creating an alcohol,
it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
So like seeing that, I was like, wow, these guys really like wanted to make and sell wine in Japan. That's fucking cool.
That or it's just like some bathtub wine, and they're just we don't want to talk about it.
Nah, I'm good. I think like a lot of the farmers markets I'm not entirely sure how they work in like America or the UK. I assume America or the UK, it's like, hey, we got this field, those are, sell your stuff.
Rent a table or whatever and set yourself up.
Yeah, rent a space, whatever, go for it. But I think the ones in Japan are more like regulated. So
everything's regulated in Japan, of course. You probably had to sign 50 forms just to get your name on the list.
1000%. Oh, please fill in these 25 different forms about what you're going to sell, how much you're going to sell.
Your passport and a blood sample.
Fuck me, of course they do. Please What's funny is like no one was wearing like masks there as well at the farmers market. Like all of like the farmer people, apart from like the guy selling peanut butter, amazing guys. No one else was selling like wearing a mask.
Like
and I was
actual peanut butter?
Yeah.
Did you buy some?
Yeah.
Good.
It's good.
It's not that peanut cream shit.
Nope. I went to the dude. Peanut butter guys look fucking cool. I'm like, yo, is this peanut butter? And he goes, yeah. Oh, love this guy. So let me walk you through it. So I walk in the thing and I see like a giant butternut squash. Fucking giant. Huge butternut squash. And I'm like, okay, I want to make soup. I need to buy this. So I walk in and I go straight for the butternut squash. And I'm like, hey, is that a butternut squash? And she's like, I completely stun locked her. Like she wasn't ready for the foreigner. She wasn't ready for the Japanese. She wasn't ready for anything in that situation. So her and the guy next to him completely stunned. They're like, and I go, oh yeah, it says it right here. Okay, cool. So I'm like,
you just see the loading.
There. It was like, well, like he was
the 56K modem.
Yeah, literally. Just, and I'm like, wow, it's gonna take a while. I'll handle this myself. So I'm like, can I pick these up? And she's like, and I go, that's a yes. She's still stun locked. So I pick up, like all the one. I'm feeling the weight. Which one is like full of fucking air and seeds? Which one is like a dense fucking heavy as fuck butternut squash? Pick the heaviest one there. Big mistake. I had to carry that all day. It was horrible, but it's worth it.
Butternut squash is pretty dense,
bro. That shit was fucking dense. Horrible to carry. I don't know how I'm gonna roast this, but I digress. So I was like, I'll take this one. So I grab it. She's like, oh, go Hyakuen. I was like, oh, there we go. She's got it there in the end. I give her the go Hyakuen. I'm just looking at her. I'm like, bro, can I get a bag? Like, this is how the fuck do you think I'm gonna carry that? And she goes, oh yeah, a bag. She runs over, gets a bag, brings it back, puts the butternut squash in the bag, and then she goes, oh, these are great for soup. And I'm like, how long did you want to say that for? Were you stun locked for that? Because I had already said I'm gonna make soup out of this. Yeah, I was like, oh, I need a big one because I'm gonna make soup. And you said, so I was like, I stun locked you so badly just for my appearance. Like, bro, y'all need to work on that because terrible sales tactic. If I was on the line about buying a butternut squash, you would not have made that sale. Like, I already knew I wanted one.
Right.
So the sale was made. It was the case of which one do I buy? But y'all need to work on that shit. It was terrible. So I'm walking down the line and I'm like, bro, even people I was with was like, bro, what the fuck? And I was like, she got stun locked, can't be helped. Happens sometimes, you enter a boss fight and you're just way higher level. That's what it was. Just got stun locked.
And you're just sitting there and bopping them and they can't do anything.
And they're like, what's going on here? It was literally that the entire time. And we get down the line and we go to these peanut butter people. And these guys, I fucking love these guys. They had 3 missions in mind. Mission 1, talk about this peanut butter. Mission 2, get these guys to taste this peanut butter. Mission 3, try and make a fucking sale. That's what these guys' mission. Use no fucking around. It's like, these are my missions. Now I'm going to accomplish them. Come fire by force. These are the missions.
Right.
And he walks in. We're looking at peanut butter. He looks at me. Looks at people and he goes, Nihongo dekiru? And I go, He goes, Os. and just starts it. So he's like, all right,
he's got a rehearsed plan.
My boy was ready. He just goes, yo, you speak Japanese? And I go, yeah. And he goes, all right, listen here, yeah. These are peanuts. And I'm like, I can see. He goes, they're really small. And this is the reason they're small. He just talks about the peanuts. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, they're small because they're made just for peanut butter. I'm like, peanut butter? He goes, no sugar, no salt, no bullshit. This is peanuts blended. I assume some oil. I ain't the chef, but they're good. All right, I've done my spiel. Here, try some. Straight to the point. So we're sampling this peanut. I'm like, this is good. This is good. This is good. They're made in Kumoto. And he goes,
okay, wow, that's far away.
It is. My boy got me. He goes, all right, it's made in Kumoto. And I go, cool. And he goes, we're famous for oranges down there. And I go, yeah. And he goes, so we've made this this fusion peanut butter. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah, me too. I was like,
that's bordering on the peanut butter chocolate mix.
Yeah, peanut butter.
We don't fuck with.
No, we don't fuck that. And he goes, this is like peanut butter. It's got like dried fruit in it. And I go, yeah, that was me. I go, no. So what type of dried fruit? He goes, oh, oranges. And I go, that's the fruit I hate the most. How you gonna make this sell now? You kind of fucked up. And he gives me a spoonful and I go, damn, I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably one of the most delicious peanut butters I've had in my entire life. It was like a nice chunky peanut butter, a little like little hint of like marmalade at the end.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, David, it was fucking delicious. And I'm like, well, guess I'll buy one of these. And he was like, why not? And I was like, done, job done. You made the sale. Proud of you. It's fucking, there you go. It was good. That is how you make a fucking sale. Like, don't get stun locked. Work out the fucker's language and then just.
Even if you don't, have a spiel.
Have a spiel.
Have a spiel anyway.
Something. Like, it's not hard.
You're in Japan. I would just assume that people speak Japanese.
This is the
even
thing.
If they're foreign.
No, just assume it. I think I've always said to my friend works in like a store. I forgot where. Somewhere in Osaka. And he's always like, oh, like he was like, I don't know what to do because like sometimes like foreign customers come in and I'm like, I don't know if I should like speak English or like speak Japanese or like what do I do? And I go, just speak Japanese, like, just
yep. You ever had the like a time where like you go to, I don't know, like a restaurant or a store, you go to pay for something, and the person who's like the cashier is a foreigner, and you and they both know you speak English.
Oh yes.
And then you just speak Japanese.
Yep. Every fucking time. In my old, where I used to live, there was a guy clearly spoke English. And do you know how I know he spoke English? Because when I would go in there at like 3 a.m., it would be him and another Indian guy working, and they'll both be speaking like English or something together.
Right. And
I walk in, they go, "Irashaimase," and I go, "You motherfucker, you know, and I know, and your boy know, we all know what the common language here is." And you fucking Irashaimase, and then I go and get my shit, I go to pay, and the entire thing is in Japanese. And I'm just there like, you son of a bitch. You know what's going on.
I had this specifically one time when I went to McDonald's. Like I went to McDonald's, and the guy behind the thing is, I think he was an Indian guy.
Hell yeah.
And we got up to the thing.
Yeah.
And we like stopped, and there's like this weird like 1.5 like 2 seconds where we just looked at each other where we were deciding what should we use, and we're just like, ja, okay. Go to mama, what do you want?
Dude, I love it.
And like afterward too, like he hands me the thing, and we just look at each other and go,
like,
like walk away. It's such a weird thing because we both knew we spoke English.
Of course,
like, 100%.
I went to this French crepe store. It's in Omotesando. Yeah, it's in Omotesando, and then it's like French. It's like the owner of the store is like a French dude.
Yeah.
The workers, everyone speaks like French and like Japanese there basically. It's like a whole thing. And apparently the majority of customers that go to that store are French. They're French speaking customers. What happens is you go to the door and they go, hey, we're busy. So please wait in one of the tables outside the store. So chill there for a bit. And then we'll let you in like Junban. You come in like one at a time, basically, or a group at a time. And the guy opens the door. It's a Japanese guy. And the guy goes, in Japanese, he's just like, hey, we're kind of full. Please wait on one of the tables at the end. We'll come see you. We go, cool. They're waiting at the door, basically. And then the French guy comes out, like an old French guy. He looks at me. and just starts speaking in French. And I'm like, fuck, I don't speak French. I'm like, I don't speak any French, bro. Like, but and nobody's saying. He's like, hey, don't stand here. You can go wait on that table over there. From the body language, you know what he's saying. He's like, go over there. Yeah. And I'm like, what the? Wait, what? And it's like a very similar situation to the one you had at McDonald's, only I have no idea what's going on. But this man was like, don't care, gonna speak French because everyone here is basically French, so cool, blah, 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 bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. And I'm like, so I go sit over there. Same times again, we go, they call us in, I get to the door, he looks me dead in my eye. And I assume, I don't know if I look French, but I assume he just thinks, all right, French enough
You're
for
here,
me.
you must be French.
He must be French. And just start speaking just like fluent, very fast French to me. And I'm just there like, what the fuck? And my mind is going like 1,000 miles a second. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I English? Do I say like, no, I'm English? Do I Japanese? Do I say like, ego kan nihongo? Like, what do you do? So they're like, then he stops speaking and I go, I'm English. And he goes, oh, okay. It just switches to English. And I go, oh, it was that simple. I'm stupid.
I remember I was walking with Chihiro in Jiugaoka, and this dude was handing out flyers. Must have been for like a French place, right?
Nice.
And he just, like, he sees me, spots me.
Oh, you fuck, yeah.
He walks up and he's like, oh, he's just talking to me in French. And I just look at the guy like, and he's like, oh, you don't speak French? I'm like, no. Why would I speak French?
What the fuck?
It's like a random dude on the street. He's like, white, must be French. Okay. I mean, like, if he had used Japanese, it would have been fine. But he comes up to me with the thing, like, in both hands, just speaking French. And I just look at this man like,
bro,
what?
Why would you assume? The worst one I had.
But then as I just went like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, what? You don't speak French?
Like, no.
As I'm walking away, I'm like, no,
I don't. Like we're in Paris or some shit.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
This is like,
hey, what's wrong with you? You don't speak French.
this is Japan. Speak French. Like,
what
the fuck?
What don't you understand? You speak French.
Why not? I think if people handing out like random shit on the street. The weirdest one I had is in my area. It's a fucking English school, okay? Mm-hmm. And they just keep, they are relentless. They just keep handing out these fucking English school flyers to, like, they put them in every door, basically.
Right.
It's aimed at, like, children. It's like,
sure.
Hey, you got kids? Do they want to learn English? Hey, you're like a student? Do you want to learn English? I think they opened up a new, like, adult class. And it was like, even you can learn English, kind of thing. How old are you? 50? You can learn some English. And the guy's outside the station, just this random like Japanese guy, just handing out leaflets, just being like, "Hey, ego, you want some ego? Boom, little ego for you, little English for you." And he looks at me and he catches my attention, and I see the sheet and I see the weird like board he's standing in. I go, "Oh, it's for an English school. I'm safe. There's no way in hell this man is going to look at me, and go, that guy needs some English lessons." And this motherfucker threw all my expectations out the window. Because not only did he hand me a fucking English fucking school leaflet.
Yeah.
He hands it to me and goes to me, "Do you want to improve your English?" And I go, "I'm British." And he goes, "Oh, you lived in England?" And I go, "I'm British. I was born there, you stupid cunt. What the fuck? What do you mean? Like, what the fuck?
I'm English. Oh, sorry. He mistook you for Gwen Stefani.
He's like, "Oh shit, is that Gwen Stefani?" He's like, "No, sorry, I don't see color."
Is that black Gwen Stefani?
Is that
black male Gwen Stefani?
Fuck's sake. I think they're doing it on purpose now because, like, there is, like, that same school always delivers that fucking English leaflet to my house. And I was once leaving my house as the guy was delivering this leaflet. And I looked at him and he's like, "Oh, you don't need this." And I go, "Nope." And he goes, "Okay." And he goes to the next door and he posts in the next door. But then every other time, there's always one in my house. So I think he's like, "Do you know what? Fuck it. I got to get rid of these fucking leaflets somehow, and I'm gonna post them all to this cunt's address.
He's got a quota he has to meet. It's like the police. I gotta hand out so many tickets.
I gotta get all these leaflets. That's what it is. Like the ticket things, and also the guys giving out like tissues.
Yeah.
They have to
get rid of all of them.
That's why they give you 2 at a time. They've got to get rid of all those tissues. If you're a tourist or whatever in this country, people are giving out tissues, bro. Take them. They are stuck there until they give them all out. Take them. They're free tissues. Take them tissues. You don't know when you're gonna need them. Just take them. And also, it helps the guy out. Makes the day easier. He can get home a lot fucking quicker. Grab them tissues. It's easy as fuck.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Fucking hell. But it's been a good weekend, honestly. Had a good old time. But next week, oh god, it's gonna be busy, dude.
Yeah.
Not looking forward for it at all.
Next week I don't mind. I'm getting paid tomorrow, so that's
good.
And I get that extra Jumong. So
I got paid yesterday, and I went to go pay all my bills. Okay,
yeah.
This is the last thing I'll rant on about. So I went to go pay all my bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to it's pretty late at night. I go to the company. For some reason, the convenience store ATM like refreshes at like midnight.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
It's very weird. So I go in a little bit early, and like 11 something. I put my card in. It's like, get some money out. Spits my card out. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Little leaflet comes with it. This card cannot be used.
Oh, you had the same problem I did.
I'm like, I'm gonna brute force this. There's no way in fucking hell I'm gonna sit here and not have money until like Wednesday when I can go to the bank. I was like, nah. So I just sat there, put it in the bank, put it in the card again. Same thing. Put it in again.
You have to. Do you know what it is? You have to
go and register your
new address.
But I did it.
You did
online.
Oh, okay.
So it shouldn't do this. It's very strange. I don't.
That's weird.
The online system is probably trash. That's why. Like, the one at the bank told me.
100%.
One at the bank was like, "Hey, if this happens, let us know." Because I was like, "I'm still getting the warning," and she goes, "It might fuck up. Oh, if it happens, you can come back to it again." I was like, "When it happens, I'll come back. It's cool." So I brute forced it. I stood and just went, "Put it in." Didn't work. Put it in. Didn't work. Put it in again. Didn't work. Put it in again. It was like, alright, fine, what do you want? I was like, give me money.
Money, please.
Yeah,
money on a guy.
I was like, yeah, money. Yeah. Money came out. Everything was okay.
I should take out money soon. Because, like, I don't know how much is in my account. I guess I can go do a balance inquiry. But
100%. Super important, honestly.
I bet you I'm close to 2 mil.
You're probably loaded at this stage, honestly.
Maybe.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I haven't taken money out since last paycheck.
Seriously? What the fuck you doing? How? What are you living on?
I just had cash.
Geez.
I just got lots of cash for Christmas from back home.
That's right. Yeah.
Cash and yeah. So like,
God damn.
I've been lucky in the problem was because I couldn't receive anything from Canada for fucking 2 years.
Of course, yeah.
So then all of a sudden, 2 years worth of mail with money in it shows up on my doorstep.
Oh, holy shit!
So I'm like, okay, cool.
Holy shit! Fuck yeah, that's pretty damn good. I'll take that.
Yeah, I got a lot of money.
I want a lot of money. I don't get anything for Christmas. I just hear every once in a while I get like a package sent over, which is fucking sick. But then generally I'm just
But then I sent a package back home finally because they finally let me do it.
Things.
It's gone now from my room. It doesn't have to sit in the corner.
It's been there for ages, honestly.
2 years.
Literally, yeah. But then it couldn't be helped. Nothing could go back. It's really annoying.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me send anything. It's not my choice.
Even in like I wanted to send stuff to like the UK as well, and they were giving me like really cryptic messages at the post office. They were like, "Oh, we can send this. Will it get there? Maybe. We'll see." So like I sent one a little while ago. Like I sent 2 for my niece and my little brother. I was going to send some more, and I was like, "Hey, how's the post links? Everything okay?" And they just went, "Should be okay." And I go, "No, what does that mean?" They're like, "No, it should be fine." And I go,
"Should be okay."
Literally, I'm like, "What do you mean it should?"
Well, yes or no?
Yes or no? Honestly, and they're like, "Oh no. Oh, we had some, we heard like some letters getting stuck sometimes in different areas." And I'm like, bro, I can't just have things being stuck.
Right.
What the, So I've not been able to send anything for a while, but I've just gone back. So I won't have to send anything for a little bit still, but still I was like, bro, this is right. Absolutely insane. Fuck me. Either way, it's been a good time. I'm excited for next week. Should be a lot of good content coming out. Made a YouTube video, guys. Go and watch it. I'll be making YouTube videos every week. I have already recorded the second one as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool. It's about.
Can you say what the second one's on?
It's about Japanese demons.
Demon yokai.
Yeah. About fucking weird ass yonkai and shit. So that'll be a good little video. I gotta edit it, so that's gonna be like what I'm doing like basically next week. I might ask you about sound questions and stuff.
Sound.
Yeah, like sound is editing, as you know, fucking difficult. And I thought I had mixed the video well, but it was a little too quiet, and I don't know what I fucked up in. So I'm probably gonna have to go back over it, give it a look, see, maybe look at some sound editing, see what's right. But
so here's my advice to you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give you advice after. We'll finish and we'll be done.
Yeah. I'll take that.
But I guess I'll talk to you after.
Yeah, let me know. Give me some sound editing advice. David's like the sound guy on this podcast, so he actually knows what the fuck he's doing. Whereas I don't.
Knows what the fuck he's doing, and there's a very fine line between knows what the fuck I'm doing and this shit is on fire.
Oh, we live right
on
there,
the edge,
on that
right
fucking
on the edge.
Every week I'm like, oof, I'm edging.
the fact that this runs at all is amazing.
It's amazing. We're having a good time, honestly. But anyway, guys, tune in my channels, Afro in Japan, sign in, watch my videos, blah, blah, blah. See you guys next week.
Yes. I do want to say, though,
right
at the bottom of the cast.
Go on.
Starting in February, we will be running...
Thank you. Yes, forgot about that.
What's it called?
Ad reads and such.
Not ad reads, but
cross
promotions. Stuff. So I don't know where it'll be. It'll probably appear at the 30-minute mark. We'll probably be able to break it up. Usually we have like an hour and a half podcast. So probably at around the 30-minute mark, after we're done talking about horse shit, we'll just slide it in there somewhere. So
indeed. We'll also, if you listen to other podcasts like Japan-based ones as well, you'll hear our things slided into like
somewhere else.
Too.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Because as we said, we joined a network, so network things. But yeah.
And hopefully, I've been told, we're getting webcams free of charge.
That'll be
4K ones. So that'll be fun trying to MacGyver that all together and get this to work.
Cannot wait for that.
That being said, that means I'll be, if it's webcams with a plural, it means I'll be able to set up multiple shots and have it be up close, and I can do a little switcheroo with the camera here. Yeah.
I might, when that happens, I'll work out all the rooms' linings as well. I'll spend some time working out like the angles and lines of the rooms, the best place to set up and zoom with webcams. That's gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah, and maybe buy some lights. Maybe
it'll be good.
You can't see it.
You do got a green screen.
But I got one of these bad boys here that's chilling in the corner.
I got a couple of lights and circle lights and stuff I use for videos. So I can also bring those anytime. So we're good. Hey, exciting stuff, honestly. Flipping out, guys.
Moving up.
And guys, we'll see you next week. As always, I'll probably come back with stories of Kyoto. Until then.
All right.
Be safe.
Bye.
Easy clap. Nice podcast. Very chill. It's bananas.